Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is a short story I just wrote called Bully. She regretted not aborting Michael. There were the small things, like his too quickly outgrowing his clothes, which was no surprise given that his father was a football player. But more aggravating was that Michael is a bully. He tries to scare his sister and the kids on the playground. Michael isn't mean, he just needs lots of stimulation, adrenaline rushes. So he chases and threatens kids, towering over them with his hulkish body, but never hits them. Well, once, and the kid really deserved it. Michael got expelled from the 5th grade for pulling a girl's bra strap. The principal said, "That is a clear violation of the school's and the district's policy of zero tolerance of sexual harassment." Michael hated homeschooling, and being around his mother all the time made her resent him even more. It became a vicious cycle. She'd yell at him, even hit him with a strap, which made him want to make her angry, which would increase her venom. Despite the beatings, he would, for example, play handball against the living room wall, even when she'd yell, "Stop it, you'll break something!" He wouldn't stop, and she grabbed the strap. Michael wasn't brave enough to run away. As I said, he acted tough, but really, despite his mother's strictures, he valued the structure of home, the meals he could count on, and maybe most of all, sleeping in his bed with his stuffed dog tucked under his arm just right. At 7 the next morning, his mother stomped into his room, threw off Michael's blanket, fired his stuffed dog against the wall. "I wake up and what do I see? My prize vase broken. I told you not to play ball in the house." And she slammed him with the belt and stormed out. Scared of running away, but more eager to punish his mother, Michael gathered his sleeping bag, the $87 in allowance he had saved, and stuffed his canteen, a fleece, an extra t-shirt, and toothpaste into his backpack. He checked to make sure his mother or sister weren't in the kitchen, then raced in and stuffed the family-sized bag of trail mix into his backpack, at which point his mother came in from the bathroom. She laughed. "And where do you think you're going?" He replied, "None of your business," and he strode through the back door, hopped on his bike, and left for Berkeley, the place his teacher called the most progressive place on earth. Michael didn't know what progressive meant, but it sounded good, and it was only 30 miles from home, yet far enough that his mother and the cops would have a hard time finding him. Michael nearly got run over twice on the way. Once in San Leandro, when a driver opened his parked car door without looking. The other time in Oakland, when a driver changed lanes within inches of Michael's bicycle. Michael fell off his bike, but the car behind swerved to avoid him, and heart-thumping, Michael got right back on the bike and pedaled hard. Seeing the brown "Entering Berkeley" sign was the first time Michael thought about where he was going to put his sleeping bag. In a doorway? Under a freeway ramp? He didn't have to think long, because he soon came upon a large homeless encampment on a vacant lot filled with tents and strewn garbage. Michael was ignored by some shuffling residents, and he put down his bike and sleeping bag under a tree. Exhausted, even though it was only 8 p.m., he fell asleep. 10 hours later, the sunrise woke him. His bike was gone, and after a half-hour wandering through the camp to try to find it, he gave up. He saw 3 men trudge from the encampment toward the library across the street, and he thought, homeless people like to read. He also liked to read, especially Harry Potter, and so he followed them. But when they entered, they didn't head to the shelves or even to the magazine section. They went into the bathroom, and Michael followed. There they used the toilet, washed their underarms in the sink, or just used deodorant, and one filled a 40-ounce super big gulp 7-Eleven cup with water, carefully replacing the plastic top to keep it from spilling. They left the library, but Michael stayed, explored the library, and stopped at the Bank of Computers. He Googled dinosaurs and watched National Geographic's Dinosaurs 101, and then the BBC's Top 5 Ferocious Dinosaur Moments. Michael thought, "I learned more about dinosaurs in that half hour than in the entire month we spent on dinosaurs in school, and it was much more fun. And I don't need to sit in my seat for hours at a time." Michael got up, went outside, people watched and window shopped, then sat on a shady bench, ate some trail mix, and washed it down with water from his canteen. He bought a blank note card and wrote, "I'll come home, probably." He asked a passerby where the nearest post office in Oakland is, so his mother and the cops would be less likely to find him than if he mailed it from Berkeley. And he walked the 2 miles, chose the August Wilson stamp from the vending machine, and mailed it. And he thought, that should teach her a lesson. Anyway, that story is called Bully. I thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel, which previously had consisted almost exclusively of my self-help advice around career, relationships, money, etc. But I've decided to branch out, so I've been recently mainly playing the piano for you and reading aloud my short stories that I've been on a jag of writing. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.